Okay.
You're not live. Hello everybody. السلام عليكم إخوتي وأخواتي في الوطن العربي الكبير. معنا اليوم المحامي الكبير كيؤتيس موريسون ليجيب على أسئلة حضراتكم فيما يخص كل قضايا الهجرة 2020 و2021. Mr. Curtis, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing very good. It's been a very eventful morning.
Something wrong with the audio, I believe.
Oh, you can't hear me?
Now I can.
Okay.
Just
I wonder what that was.
Okay, so سيداتي وسادتي تعرفنا جميعا على ما حدث في قضية جوميز والقضايا الأخرى المتعلقة بقضية قضايا 2020. المحامي وقع معاه.
Sorry about that.
Okay. Yeah, it's okay. So it happens. We're not professional in this. So we're already having some questions. So I think you might have a brief to tell them, or we just go on. Up to you, sir.
Yeah, before we get a bunch of questions, let me go ahead and give an overview of what just happened. For the DV 2020 selectees that are tuning in, I assume that they're DV 2020 selectees tuning in. The government has sent us an email saying that they are okay talking to us on Monday in a phone call with the plaintiffs' attorneys, all the Gomez plaintiffs' attorneys and the Mohammed, Song, John Kennedy, and Aker. But they have already told us that their position on when the DV 2020 visas will be issued is in the fiscal year 2023, which begins October 1st, 2022, which is far away. That is not what we want. Okay. The judges who makes the decision on that. The other two things that happened in that email, the government is blaming, you know how they blamed COVID? Now they're blaming Afghanistan crisis, which is crazy because many of the DV 2020 selectees are actually Afghans, like over 900 of them. So we expect that argument will fail. And the other thing is I had asked 4 questions. Esther Sung with the Gomez Council had asked maybe a dozen questions. And the government says they don't have to answer them because that's not what the judge ordered them to do. I'm really shocked by that. I have put the email on Google. I just shared a link with Sahir. I don't know if he can share it publicly or not. I didn't log into live stream, so I don't think I can.
Okay.
So I just wanted to give that overview because I know a lot of the DV 2020s were interested in what just happened with the government. But the government's not the decider of things. They make proposals, we make proposals, and then the judge decides. So we'll have to wait till after August 25th to know what the judge wants to do. So I've talked a lot, and I just realized, Sahir, do you want to translate that some in Arabic?
Yeah. So إن شاء الله كيؤتيس موريسون بيقول لحضراتكم إنه تمت مباحثات بينه وبين الحكومة. الحكومة بدأت في إلقاء اللوم اللي كانوا بتلقيه سالفا على الوباء وعلى البروكلاميشن والحاجات اللي قبل كده. الآن تلقي اللوم على موضوع أفغانستان، وهو ما لن يسمح به كيؤتيس موريسون ولا باقي المحامين في القضايا المماثلة. هو بعت لي لينك وأنا مش قادر أفتح اللينك، لأن لو فتحنا اللينك هيحصل مشكلة. My computer says if I open this link, it will shut us down on this stream.
Okay.
Let's skip that.
Right. Let's skip that. Our DV 2020 clients will get that in their email, and also I tweeted it, and it's on my Telegram. And you can share it in your group.
وكل عملاء ومدعين باقي القضايا مع كيرتس موريسون سيحصلون على نسخة من هذا اللينك والرابط على إيميلاتهم إن شاء الله. نحاول الآن أن نحصل على مساعدة الأخ حسين فلوريدا للأسئلة المكتوبة باللغة الفرنسية. We're trying to get a hold of Hussein Florida so he can help us with the French language and translation. So are we ready to go with questions?
Absolutely. Let's go.
Okay. So as usual, the first couple questions gonna be salute and hi and stuff like that. Rania is asking, is there a hope? And which is usual.
Yes. Let me say something on that. It would be premature to give up hope right now when we are close to the end. It would be premature. Do not give up hope now.
لما احنا وصلنا للنهاية يا رانيا، أي حد النهاردة إذا كان 2020 أو إذا كان 2021 بيقول لي النهاردة is there a hope؟ هل النهاردة في أمل؟ لا، مش هتفقد الأمل قبل خط النهاية ب10 أمتار. It's only few meters, few yards from the finish line, so don't lose hope now. Yeah, here, what do you think? السؤال هنا، ماذا تظن عن المدعين في قضية good luck وعن أولوياتهم؟ Yes, sir.
Okay, so first of all, people with a lower case number have an advantage over you. You can translate that.
أولاً حتى الآن أن المتسابقون والفائزون ذوي الأرقام الصغيرة لهم الفرصة الأولية ولهم الفرصة المبدئية أكثر من الأرقام الكبيرة. Yes, sir.
But second, the judge has not issued an order in the good luck case or any of the DV 2021 cases. We do not have an order in Ray. We do not have an order in good luck. We do not have an order in Rosales. And there's no order in Go. There's no order in the other DV cases. So, well, in that one, but that doesn't matter. So we have to wait for judges' orders before we know what they mean.
ولكن لا تنسوا أن ليس عندنا بعد قرار في قضية روزاليس ولا في قضية جود لك ولا في قضية ولا في غيرها من قضايا 2021. فلا تستبقوا الأحداث ونحاول أن نتوقع ما سيحدث لأن ذلك لا يجدي. فلننتظر قرار القاضي أميت مهتا ولنرى نص القرار كما رأينا في جوميز ثم نتابع مع حضراتكم. Yes, sir. Next, I'm going to try to find Arabic ones and English ones you can read for Jordan to you. Hello from Jordan to you, Mr. Morrison, he said.
Hello, and Jordan.
No September interview in... Oh, so here's a question. You can read it while I'm translating it. Said...
Okay, no September interviews. Oh, you mean quiet. Sorry, I'll be quiet.
Yeah. طبعا نزار بيشتكي من ان مفيش انترفيوهات ولا دي كيو في الجزائر وهو بيشتكي من هذا الامر. So sir, we're gonna add to that not only Algeria, Morocco, and other countries. Yes, sir.
Right. So it looks to me like we will need a court order before we're able to get visas issued in those embassies that are not issuing them, which is why we filed the lawsuit. So I mean, what you're bringing attention to is what we expected to happen. We never expected State Department to just decide to be nice one day and change their ways. We always knew this would take a court order. So we're waiting on that court order. When we get that court order, we'll have the leverage to change that.
We're asking for facilitating?
Well, if the motions for preliminary injunction in Ray, Goodluck, and Rosales ask for the adjudication of the visas.
Yeah.
So they're not adjudicating visas. So yes, we're asking that the visas be adjudicated. So when we get an order, we expect that's what's going to happen. But we don't have that order yet.
الأخ نزار محمد رد المحامي على ذلك أن لذلك قمنا بالدعوة القضائية. الجزائر وغير الجزائر لا نرى لها مواعيد، حتى السفارات المغلقة نحاول أن نجد لها حلولا بالقضايا وليست بدون القضايا. This is why we went to court. سيد موريسون: أنا فائز قرة 2021 مشترك في قضية جود لك، وأنا سوري ورقمي 26K. أولا هل في أمل ديكي أم ماذا؟ So this is gonna take us to Syria, and the embassies which are not even working is not gonna work, like Syria, Baghdad, Kabul, and Yemen, etc., etc. He say, I'm a plaintiff in good luck. I'm from Syria, case number 26K Asia. Is there a hope for me knowing that we don't have even an embassy? Yes, sir.
Okay, great question. And yes, but the reason there's hope for you is because you're not the only one that's in hot soup. You're not the only one that's challenged. Here, translate that and I'll keep going.
هناك أمل يا عمر MH، والأمل كمان ليس في رقمك، ولكن لست وحدك الذي تعاني تلك المعاناة. هناك آخرون، بل هناك بلاد أخرى كالعراق واليمن وغيرها. أنت لست وحدك، والسيد موريسون يدافع عن قضيتك وتلك الدول. Yes, sir.
For example, Moscow, Baghdad, Kabul, these embassies, the DVs assigned to those embassies, they will not be interviewed at the embassies they are assigned to. They are also in hot soup, and that is a lot of DVs. Another example would be Albania, a huge number of DVs, and Tirana is not processing them, and we don't know why. They're basically what you're experiencing at your embassy is not isolated. This is happening at several other embassies, and only a negligible number, only a small number of DVs are being issued.
لست وحدك كما قلنا. على سبيل المثال ذكر السيد المحامي موسكو في روسيا، وإيران التي لا تعالج أي قضايا في السفارة بطهران، وباقي الدول. هناك دول لم تتعدى قدر بسيط يمكن أيضا حتى تجاهله. فلست وحدك، ولذلك هم يحاربون من أجلك. This is Rania. Rania, she had a very long tragedy story
that we don't tell.
She's 2020. She's 2020. Her number is 60,000. So, what do you think for who gonna get the 9,095 visas? According to your opinion, we know it's not
right
yet.
No, I'm glad you asked this question, because what the question is really getting at is, what did Judge Mehta mean when he said the word random, right? Because he said random, and what does he mean by that? You can translate.
كويس جدا السؤال بتاعك يا رانيا، لان احنا هنفسر دلوقتي 9095 وكلمة random اللي هي كلمة عشوائي.
Okay, so what I believe he meant is he was referring to the way the law is written, and it uses the word random to refer to how the your case number was assigned to you random, your rank number of your case number. So what I believe random means is the way it normally is supposed to work, which gives an advantage to the lower case numbers. Here, go ahead and say that, and then I've got something else to say.
أولا كلمة random أو عشوائي تعني رجوع الموضوع لأصله، رجوع الموضوع لأصله، بمعنى الأرقام الصغيرة تدخل أولا. ولكن طبعا أنا لسه هكلم كيؤتيس موريسون في إن في وصلنا للرقم 38,000 31,000 38,000 مش فاكر في القاهرة. I just would like to remind you that interviews in Egypt already reached 38,000 before they stop. Hussein found that out yesterday and told us. So what priorities you think?
Well, first, before we get to that, I had something else I wanted to say. Many people are coming to me and saying, can you negotiate with the government to get priorities for plaintiffs, even if they have high case numbers? Have you heard that high case numbers are saying, please go back to the government and say named plaintiffs only? Okay, and I want to respond to that. That is the fight that we've been fighting for a year. That's what the government has always fought that, and the judge has ruled on the government's side. They're not doing that. So this idea that we can go change that now, that's going against the court order. We can't do that. The judge said how he wanted these to happen. He didn't say priority for named plaintiffs. He said random order, which means rank order. However, we feel that our paralegals can give you advantages if you let us, if you trust us.
Okay. Now it's on us. Okay. السيد موريسون بيحب يذكر حضراتكم كلمة القاضي راندم بترجعكم للرانكينج، وبذلك يرجع إلى الأعداد الصغيرة تدخل مقدما. في السنة الماضية أخطأت الحكومة وحاولت إدخال المدعين فقط، ووقف لذلك المحامي موريسون وباقي المحامين وقفوا ضد ذلك وقالوا أنه مخالفة لما قالوا القاضي أميت مهتة، ورجعت الحكومة واعتذرت والتزمت بالأعداد. فمعنى ان احنا نرجع، كيؤتيس موريسون يتلقى ايميلز كل يوم، لو سمحت عايزينك تقول لهم المدعين فقط، قول لهم المدعين فقط، اطلب لهم المدعين فقط، عايزين المدعين فقط. ولكن في مجرد ان احنا نطلب المدعين فقط فاحنا بنخالف القانون وما امر به القاضي أميت مهتة. Yes, sir.
Okay, let's do some more questions. Wait, I didn't answer your question.
Yeah.
Rephrase your question.
Okay, so the question from 2020 people whoever are here 2020, they have one question. Who most likely to take the 9,095 visa, knowing there is administrative process?
Right.
People went and have the meeting and interview, and they said, "Oh, sorry, we can't give you this now."
Right.
People had interviews and been canceled. Yes, sir.
I think the biggest factor in who will get those 9,095 visas, there's two factors that I see. One factor is, and this is the biggest factor, when they will happen. If the judge orders that all these visas have to be issued before the end of the year, before the end of the fiscal year, or before the end of December or January, that's going to be a different group of people that get the visas than if it happens in 2023. Let me explain. There are people that have obstacles now that will not have obstacles in 2023.
What do we
Russians have an obstacle. Everyone has. It seems like everybody has an obstacle. It's just a different obstacle, right? Yep. Afghans have an obstacle right now. So Egyptians have an obstacle because Cairo's not working, right? So everyone's obstacles in the short term will be different than their obstacles in fiscal year 2023. So the determinant of who gets those 9,095 visas, I think a big factor on that will be what obstacles you face when they are issued, and it hasn't been determined yet when they will be issued, whether it will be now or whether it will be later.
Okay. هنا عرض جميل من المحامي كيرتس موريسون. لما تفكروا مين هيدخل وياخد ال 9095 تأشيرة، لازم تفكروا الأول إمتى سننتفع بتلك التأشيرات. على سبيل المثال لو قال إن دلوقتي الناس هتخش وتقابل، ففي سفارات مش شغالة زي موسكو وسفارة القاهرة مش شغالة كما يجب وغيرها. لكن لو القاضي قال على سبيل المثال 2023، فحضراتكم هيكون تغير الوضع، في سفارات شغالة هتبقى مش شغالة، في سفارات مش شغالة هتبقى شغالة، وهكذا. Yes sir. So let's talk about,
let's do some questions.
What do you think if, so let's just take another question.
Yeah.
السيد سأل مجهوداتك التي تبذلها. That's all thanking me. صوت المجرين زيني فأنا خير بقرار القاضي، لكن نحن المشاركون في قضية good luck متخوفون من عدم إعطاء الأولوية. He's just telling you he's so scared of not getting prioritized as a gold planter.
I understand.
حضرتك جاوبنا على سؤالك ده قبل كده. This is a question about good luck. I'm sorry, about good luck, but the same name I see in Go before. So let's say here, Said, when do you expect the judge to have a decision in our case? Good luck.
Before September 30th.
قبل يوم 30 سبتمبر. وكما شرح لكم قبل كده موريسون، قضيتكم أن تحصلوا على تأشيرات قبل 30 سبتمبر، قبل انقضاء الوقت. خرطوم، Sudan, again and again and again, they have 0 diversity visa, while we've been told with evidence that they started doing family visas in Sudan.
Right. And if you remember last week, Alva with the Wall Street Journal did an article that featured one of our
plaintiffs.
Yeah, our good luck plaintiffs from Sudan with a photo and everything. And it ended up being a very good article. The journalist told me that people have come out and emailed her and said, how can I help? So they got the reaction that we wanted. The American people see the plight of DV winners, particularly in Africa and the global South, and sympathize with them. And that was the goal of why I wanted that article. So I was very pleased with that. So we have not forgot about Sudan or Khartoum, and we just have to wait for that order. I'll let you translate some of that.
حضراتكم إن تذكروا في الأسبوع الماضي كان السيد موريسون باتصالاته مع صحفية في الوول ستريت جورنال نشرت عن قضاياكم، وكانت من ضمنها من السودان. والمثير هنا للإعجاب تعاطف الكثيرين مع السيدة من الخرطوم أو الآنسة من الخرطوم، وتعاطف معها الكثيرين، وهذا شيء سعيد ان احنا نقول حضراتكم به، وكمان يعكس لحضراتكم قد ايه المحامي موريسون يعرف عن الخرطوم. Yes sir.
Okay.
That's hope. السيد موريسون سفارة أنقرة عنصرية. Okay. لا تعطي المقابلات إلا المواطنين أحاول تغيير السفراء إلى الرياض لكنهم اشترطوا مسبقا حتى يعطوا إذن. So I think we know about this person. Omar MH, he said, Mr. Mوريسون, the embassy in Ankara, he means the consulate in Ankara, is acting racist towards him and not given any visas but to citizens of Ankara, of Turkey. He's trying to get his visa, his interview moved to or relocate in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, KSA, but they make a condition that if he first get an interview, then they will switch him to Riyadh.
Right. Which tells me something. His documents are confirmed.
معنى كده يا عمر انك حصلت على تأكيد الوثائق الدي كيو. وده وضع طبيعي بيحصل لو اخذت دي كيو.
Right. So that's a good question. It brings up this I want to share with everybody. KCC has a policy that if your documents are confirmed, they will not transfer your file until it is scheduled for an interview. That policy is stupid. It's not fair. It makes no sense. I agree. Here, you can translate and then I'll.
يا سيد عمر معنى كلامك ده انك جالك دي كيو وتأكدت وثائقك فكنتاكي بتتعامل ومركز كنتاكي KCC بيتعامل بسياسة انه لو في حد اخذ دي كيو فما يقدرش يغير وضعيته وما يقدرش يعمل ريلوكيت، ما يقدرش يغير السفارة الا اذا اخذ موعد، وده شيء غبي منهم والمحامي ضد ذلك. Yes, sir.
Okay, there is a positive to that policy for some of you, because if your documents have not been confirmed, that means you may still be able to transfer your file. So this is important for Iranians that are assigned to Ankara, or Iraqis that are assigned to Baghdad, or Russians that are assigned to Moscow, or Afghans who are assigned to Kabul. Oh my gosh, are there any embassies working? So anyway, if your documents have not been confirmed, you can email KCC and see if you can transfer your file. But very important, do not write them a book, a story, an essay. Don't do that. Just write them one sentence. Because if you write them one sentence, all the person has to do is push a button and transfer your file. If you want them to read your essay, your 100 words, they won't be able to find that, and they're just going to send you a template response.
هناك إيجابية في ذلك يا أخ عمر، ولكن لناس في سفارات أخرى لن تقابلهم السفارات في بلدهم وهم موجودين في سفارات أخرى. ولكن نصيحة من المحامي كيؤتيس موريسون إلى حضراتكم، النصيحة بتقول لو أنت مش دي كيو، فرصتك الآن إنك تبعت للسفارة للKCC، ما تبعتش للسفارة، تبعت لKCC وتديهم دليل إنك مقيم في الدولة الجديدة، تديهم يعني الشروط، لكن ما تحكيش قصة حياتك، ما تديش مقالة طويلة، بلوك طويل عريض، اكتب بالمختصر جدا جدا جدا، لأنك لو كتبت بالمختصر كل اللي هيعمله الموظف إنه يدوس على زر ينقلك بس. ما تبعتش بلوك، ابعت كلمتين وبمنتهى اختصار. Yes, sir. Let's move.
Okay, let's go.
So I see many in English, so we'd like to see some of them. So randomly, we answered that already.
Okay. Well, not right.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to
so
translate?
That's a very, very important question here. What about the other 27,000 that now nobody gonna use in 2020? They say it's not fair. 9,095 is not enough. There's 27,000 are lost.
Right. That's an important question. the first person I emailed after we got this order was Bruce Mوريسون, our lobbyist, who is fighting in Congress for to get the reinstatement of those lost visas. And now he's fighting to get that for DV 2021 too, because we didn't expect this, but Biden is doing the same. Bruce's response, because I said we need a strategy for this, I don't want this to be used as an excuse to cancel the Ming Amendment. And he said he does not expect it to be a problem. I'm reading the email. This makes the legislation even more important, and he will make sure that the Hill understands. What he means by the Hill is the members of Congress and Capitol Hill. Okay, so our lobbyists that we are paying, thanks to the Project Voyager clients, our lobbyists are working on that problem still. So there's a possibility that we could get relief from Congress. It probably won't be soon, but there's a possibility that's still out there. Okay.
الأستاذ حسن وكل حضراتكم من 2020 خبر جميل بيقوله لكم المحامي كيرتس موريسون ان برضو لسه في امل. Still there is a hope. المحامي كيرتس موريسون له مشروع للضغط على الكونغرس الامريكي والبرلمان الامريكي من خلال صديقه بوريس موريسون، من خلال بروجكت فايجر اللي عمله كيرتس موريسون لعمل لوبي على البرلمان الامريكي. هو كان يقرأ لحضراتكم من الايميل بتاع بوريس موريسون اللي قال انه هو خلى يعني كون ان في 27,000 تأشيرة ضائعة بالمنظر ده فسيجعل من مهمته اسهل امام الكونغرس. لكن لا تتوقعوا الحل يكون في الأيام اللي جاية أو سريع، ده شيء ممكن ياخد وقت، ولكن في أمل إن شاء الله. Let's take another one. محاولات تمت من حال مقابلات الإحصائية. I think you have seen a question that you want to answer, right? Tuadros.
Okay, I'll read this. Tuadros?
Yeah, Tuadros.
You're asking me to predict the future. I don't know what the order will say until I see the words in it.
الجواب على توادروس هو أنت تسألني عن قراءة يعني إحنا ما بننجمش، ما نقدرش نعرف إيه اللي هيحصل بكرة. Tuadros is a Coptic name for Theodore. What about 2020 with high case numbers? We already said that. رقم 27,000. Khartoum. Again, another complaint about Khartoum. Hi, Curtis. Please bring the issue expired.
Okay, wait. Let's talk.
Yep.
The judge has said he's not giving relief for that. So I don't see an avenue for bringing that to his attention because he's already ruled on it. He's considered it and he said no. Now, Mr. Cuck does see an avenue, and has said publicly that he plans to bring that to the government's attention. And since that was his class action motion in Acre, I think that the best thing I can do is concede and let him try that, because it's clear that the government confused the judge when it came to issued but expired DVs. While this is a minority number of plaintiffs, I think only 5 plaintiffs in the Kennedy case, maybe 6. I just found out it's 6 family with this situation. I understand why it's important to you. And I think that Mr. Cuck plans to raise that with the government. But I don't know what you're talking about, Monday meeting. The Monday meeting is with the government. The government is not going to do
talking
it.
About
this
the
was
25th.
their No, it says Monday
meeting. Talking
meeting.
about the 25th.
There's not a meeting on the 25th. there's a meeting on Monday with the government attorneys. The government attorneys just not want anybody to get a visa. So bringing the issue to them, they don't care. I brought the issue to them in maybe 20 emails now. Okay. So yeah. Well, I see what you're saying. They say, please bring them. So I don't. I think there is not reason to have a lot of hope if you are an issued but expired visa at this point.
Okay, that will bring us to another thing. Let me translate that to them, please. هنا بيسأل المحامي يعني يا ريت لو تجلب ده إلى طاولة النقاش يوم الاثنين القادم عن التأشيرات منتهية الصلاحية 2020. هو قال إن القاضي منع ذلك في بعض القضايا، ولكن في قضية آكر تقدر تكلم المحامي تشارلز كوك عن ذلك. بالنسبة للجوفرمنت، لمحامي الحكومة، محامي الحكومة مش عايز يطلع ولا تأشيرة، فمهما كلمناه في الموضوع ده مش هيكون في أي تأثير. بنطلب من حضرتك تكلم تشارلز كوك في الموضوع ويضمك إلى موضوع آكر. That will take us to a topic, like I said. We have 6 families are stuck in Algeria. Their end day should be 23rd of August. Still, the authorities in the airport is not letting them out. Though I showed them and everything, they even got airfare, the tickets and everything, and they still don't. They contact Jordan. They still do not let them out.
So here, are these my clients?
No, they're no clients.
Okay. They are class members. They should contact Jordan Cunnings with Gomez team. Jordan has a relationship with a government attorney that will solve that. All they have to do is buy airline tickets and give them to Jordan to forward to the government attorney to get them cleared first. Here's the problem. I think it is doubtful that those visas are good till August 23rd. And let me tell you why. If someone got visas on September 30th and they got their medical exam on September 30th, those are the people that have eligibility on their DV 2020 visas through August 24th. That is an extremely small number of people. Most people's visas were issued before September 30th. Most people had their medical exam before September 30th. And every day before cuts at the number of days that the visa was valid, the visa validity period. I think a lot of people are out there assuming that the visa validity period was 180 days, and I haven't seen but a couple visas that say that, because the validity period is determined from the date of the medical exam. So you have to do that math calculation very carefully, because if you're off one day, you're not in the USA.
Okay. إلى السيد الباحث الاستراتيجي والأستاذ مصطفى وكل الإخوة الجزائريين، اتصلوا بي لو سمحتم حتى أعلمكم برأي المحامي كيؤتيس موريسون بشأن قضيتكم وموضوعكم. Let's move to the next question, which is good luck, and that's kind of very common. We get it from 60% of people. He's saying, welcome. Is there hope for us good luck plaintiffs who did not receive a DQ letter yet? This is why it's very important for us to know.
Yes, we don't have an order yet, so you don't have a reason to give up hope.
نور مبارك، طالما ما عندناش أمر من القاضي ما فيش أي داعي إنك تفقدي الأمل. هناخد سؤال باللغة الإنجليزية. What were the question? Mainly the fourth question they claimed beyond the contest. I don't get this one. Please elaborate.
Wait. I think I do understand it. Let me look at it for a second. Okay, there were 4 questions, but here, let me go to another window here. What did I do with that link that I shared with you? There it is. Esther Sang with the Gomez attorneys asked for, like, when I woke up on Wednesday, like or Tuesday, I knew that I had these 4 in my head and I had to get them out. But Esther asked, I think like 10 more. Where are they at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And since then, I've talked to her about 3 more that we forgot about. So it is amazing to us that the government attorneys are not willing to answer questions. And one of my attorneys suggested in an email while we were talking that it looks like they may be trying to appeal this order because they are not doing anything to implement it. They're not taking any steps to implement the order. And to me, that suggests that maybe they're trying to appeal it.
Which case is it?
No, I'm talking about the DV 2020 Gomez case.
Okay. So I'll skip translating this. It's a little complicated.
Yeah, that's okay. We'll just skip it.
Okay. So we have a message for you here. And let's go to the next one. He's telling you that your channel button's not working for him.
I don't know where he's looking to. Message me about that because I don't know.
Okay, so that was for you, Ali. Please message Mr. Curtis about that one. Here's Dua is asking you a question in English. I will read it and I'm translating.
That's a low case number. Okay.
4,000.
Okay, so that's not a that's not a question.
That's she's telling you news,
right? Well, I'm frustrated by that situation too, and so that probably the 4,000 case numbers below you. Well, no, not 4,000. However many. I just realized the case numbers below her are not all at Sudan, but it's a very common situation. You're not alone in that situation.
Also, I want to remind you that plaintiff case number 71 also is complaining the same complaint. الأنسة أو السيدة دعاء أحمد بتقول للمحامي إن هي كيس نمبر 4000 أو في حدود 4000 في الخرطوم. لحد دلوقتي ما فيش أي مقابلات، وطلبت من KCC إنها تنقلها لسفارة embassy تانية.
Do you mean 71 Africa?
71 Africa, 2021 AF 00000071.
The reason I ask is because 2021 AS 70 is one of our clients, and she is still at NBC as well.
Yep. And 74, we have 74 too.
Wow.
70, 71, 79. Okay, سيد نرسل السفارة ونقرأ أحاول أن أغير السفارة. We answered your question already, Omar. Is there a chance in good luck to issue all plaintiff visas before the end? This question is it's repeated all the time, so please. Yep.
No, there's not a chance that all good luck plaintiffs will get visas before the end of the fiscal year. Let me expand on that a little bit. What the lawsuit does is pushes for an opportunity for you to have an interview and to be adjudicated. I have not personally vetted all 24,000 plaintiffs in the Good Luck case to see if you're eligible to be issued a visa. Okay, so we know that all are not going to be issued visas because some of you have reasons that you're not eligible that I don't know about.
So that's the logic part.
So
when you rephrase this question
and drop the word all.
Yeah, if you allow me to rephrase the question to be another question similar that says, is there a chance for Good Luck plaintiffs to get all of them to get interviews? Ustaz Ahmed Hassan.
Well, not all. You threw in all again. Stop with the all.
Yep.
I mean,
I switched it from issue visas to get interviews.
Yes, but as long as you have the word all in there, there's going to be a problem. There's going to be someone stuck at a location where the borders are closed and they're not going to be able to get to the embassy, and the court's not going to do anything about that. Judge Mehta clearly last year decided that he wasn't going to touch that issue when it came to the Cubans that could not leave the island because the border was closed. He said, there's nothing I can do about that. And he decided to not give relief in that situation. So we don't expect he would change gears on that. So there are going to be some losers. There are always some losers. We never, ever said we're going to get all the plaintiffs visas. That's our goal. Okay. But it's I mean, it's not over until you're issued visas. We're going to continue to fight until you're issued visas.
طيب للأخ أحمد بيسأل هل كل الناس في جود لك هياخدوا التأشيرات قبل نهاية شهر سبتمبر؟ المحامي كيرتس موريسون عنده مشكلة في كلمة كل. طالما بتقول كل يبقى هنا لازم تتذكر إن في ناس لم تبعث بوثائقها، ناس أوراقها ناقصة، ناس ستفشل مثلا لو دخلت انترفيو عندهم مشكلة أمنية أو عندهم مشكلة صحية، ناس الحدود بتاعتها مقفولة ومفيش طريقة أبدا إنهم يقدروا يخرجوا من كابول مثلا، وهكذا. ده بنصطدم بيه لما نقول كلمة all، لما نقول كلمة كل. أنا عدلت I rephrased it وقلت له طب بلاش كلمة كله هياخد تأشيرة، هل كله هياخد مواعيد؟ قال برضو إن كلمة كل مش تملي بتحصل، في ناس مش هتلحق خالص قبل نهاية السنة المالية، لكن إحنا عملنا litigations وعملنا القضية علشان we fight for all of you. إحنا بنحارب للكل، مش معنى كده إنك تفقد الأمل، لا، طول ما فيش قرار قاضي نهائي لسه بنحارب من أجلكم. لو خدتوا if you guys noticed when he talked about Boris Morrison، لو أخدتم بالكم بالنسبة ل 2020 27,000 فيزا، فهو قال إنه لسه كمان بيحاول فيهم مع بوريس موريسون. So even though that happened in 2020 and we lost 20,000 visas, he's still trying. Mr. Morrison is still trying with Boris Morrison in the lobbying process over there.
We will continue to fight for visas. As many of you know that are our clients, we get paid when our clients are issued visas and enter the U.S. Exception, Project Voyager. You've already paid. Thank you. But it's in our interest to get our clients visas. Okay, so that's what we continue to do.
So Andrew, let me translate that first. السيد المحامي بيقول لحضراتكم ما تنسوش ان احنا بنحصل ان هو بيحصل فلوسه واتعابه لما توصلوا الولايات المتحدة الامريكية، لذلك هو اولى اهتماماته لمصلحته انك تاخد التأشيرة وتخش امريكا عشان يقدر هو كمان ياخد اتعابه. انت والمحامي are aiming for the same goal. She's asking here, Uncle Seher, which is me, how about people had an interview in April 2020 and it was canceled? What do you think about them, sir? That's Andrew Romani.
I think that you should wait to find out when the visa adjudications for DV 2020 are going to resume. There's no reason to think that you are not at the front of the line. I would think that you're in a very good position. And what's weird is a lot of people in that position to say, my interview was canceled, what about me? And I'm like, you're in the best position. The embassy probably has you ready to go first. Why are you the one that is upset and complaining? Because you're in the best position here, okay? The people whose documents have not been processed, they have reasons to worry, especially with this government. But you're in a good position that your interview was all the way to that point to where it's already at the embassy. So be hopeful.
روماني اندرو روماني بالصوره اللي انت حطيتها لنا برضو لازم تعرف ان انت في وضع احسن من غيرك، انت في وضع احسن بكتير جدا من غيرك. لو كنت مكانك لكنت بقيت مبسوط، لكن كل ده هيفرق لما نعرف امتى هتبتدوا تاخدوا التأشيرات ولما تتكلم قبل يوم 25 الحكومة عن ذلك. Let's take a question in English so we try to be fair between them. موسى البربيري. Okay, thank you all. You are very wonderful. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Keep fighting. Okay, we will. شكرا يا
Thank you.
موسى.
Mossab.
The U.S. Embassy in Khartoum, 0 interviews. We read that before. Oh, I thought she said 4,000 before, right? Now she's 6,000. Oh, there are 6,000 Sudanese are stuck. She's talking about. She's trying to reflect to you what's happening in Khartoum, sir.
Right. I understand the situation.
I have two of my WhatsApp groups are only Sudanese, and that's because they have a different situation, especially for the papers they do and everything. The reason why I separated Sudani, because they help each other, telling them where to go to get this document, how to do this document, stuff like that. So I told them that we want to know about their special case in Sudan, in Khartoum, and this is why they come here and elaborate straight to you.
Good. If you don't mind, I want to take a break from questions and refer everybody to part of that DV 2020 order for Gomez for the DV 2020s that are listening. There's a line in there that while we were talking, Raphael and some of our attorneys have been talking about, where Eric Steiner, the government attorney, says that to the extent that the court has the authority to order the processing of the reserved visas at all, okay, that is alarming, because that is a Joe Biden attorney that is suggesting that Judge Mehta may not have had the authority to issue that order. I'm expecting that the press will cover that. I have just sent a tweet out on that. If you all want to retweet it, I appreciate it. I just shared the link on Telegram too. And I've already emailed a couple of journalists about it, because we did not elect Joe Biden to be president of this country so that he could be rejecting the authority of federal judges who are trying to help immigrants.
السيد المحامي كيؤتيس موريسون بيقول لحضراتكم واضح جدا من كلام المحامين أن في بعض الحالات محامي الحكومة يحاولون المماطلة ويحاولون الطعن في قرار القاضي، وهو بدوره عمل تويتر على تويتر. يرجو من حضراتكم انكم تعيدوا التويتر علشان نعكسها ونوصلها للصحافة الأمريكية. نحن لم ننتخب جو بايدن كي يحارب المهاجرين، نحن لم ننتخب جو بايدن حتى يتصدى لقرارات القاضي الفيدرالي. That's a good question, and that's the first question about 2020.
Yeah, what about? Okay, great, Carlito. The position for DV 2022, we are certain that you are going to be negatively impacted by the Trump policies that Biden has adopted as his own. Specifically, the tiered approach prioritization scheme that is still in effect puts DV lottery winners on the fourth tier, meaning that they are the lowest priority of the State Department. That's unlawful. It's clearly unlawful. We're going to beat the government on that. I bet on at least 3 lawsuits before the end of the year. We're going to file a few more, but at least 3 we're going to win on that issue. But in the meantime, that's going to affect processing, because as long as that policy, that xenophobic policy of the President Biden and Secretary Blinken is in effect, that's going to disadvantage DV 2020 selectees and result in lower issuances beginning in October.
Okay. So I'm trying to find Sharif Khamis here.
Who are you trying to find? What?
It's someone from 2021, and he used to. Okay, let's just take this one. I'm a DV21 Iraq. Does not work interviews. Here, sir.
Right. Okay, so what happened last year is after we got an order, we were able to get the State Department to cooperate with us in transferring visas. I was about to say I'm hopeful that will be the case this year, and we will be able to get Iraqi cases assigned to Baghdad transferred to Amman. But realize it's a challenge because the government attorneys in real time, while are suggesting that they don't have to implement a judge's order. This is nonsense, and Joe Biden is going to pay for this in the press. You can't reject a court order in a democracy. It doesn't work that way. This is basically the role of courts, is to tell him when he's exceeded his authority. And so now he has to fix what he's supposed to do. There's no option here for him to do a third way, like he's some sort of Taliban leader. I'm sorry, you don't have to you can. Okay.
Okay. I understand. I'll be just a little careful translating. السؤال هنا عن العراق وعن مشكلة العراق وتلك القنصليات التي لا تعمل. تكلم باستفاضة باللغة الإنجليزية عنها. بعض الكلام لن نستطيع ترجمته باللغة الإنجليزية، فاسمحوا لنا. Thank you for your reactions, Mr. Morrison. And he repeated that like too many thousand times.
Thank you, Jamal.
Okay, Mr. Morrison, I involved.
Oh, that's a good question. Ahmed, thank you for this question. Mm-hmm. So let's just talk about the differences between Good Luck and Rosales to keep it simple, okay? Yeah. Yeah. There are several differences. First, the number of plaintiffs. Rosales has over 300 DV 2021 families. Good Luck has over 11,000 DV 2021 families. That's one difference. Second difference. The Rosales case was filed much earlier. The Rosales case was originally the Jacob case, and it was filed in January. And it was originally filed to challenge 10014, which is no longer in effect. But now we're working with an amended complaint that challenges basically the same thing that the Good Luck case challenges, including the tiered approach prioritization scheme. So the legal claims between Rosales and Good Luck are almost identical. Not quite, but almost. There's one more extra argument in there, but in Good Luck, but for the most part, they're almost identical. There's a third difference, and that is the Rosales case has a motion for class action certification. What that means is it's a tool for the judge to be able to give relief for absolutely everyone. And very often a judge wants to do something to help, but he can't do it unless, or she can't do it unless they have that tool of class certification. So it's important that this tool is available to Judge Mehta, and the Rosales case offers that to him, and he gets to choose whether or not he wants to use that tool.
هناك للأستاذ أحمد خالد بيكلمه، فحب المحامي إنه يوضح أوجه التشابه والاختلاف بين جود لك وروزاليس، خاصة الاختلاف طبعا واضح في العدد، دول 300 ودول 11K 11,000 ما بين ذلك وذاك. هناك أيضا الكلاس أكشن تول وإمكانية جعلها قضية عامة للجميع يستفيد منها الجميع، فذلك في يد القاضي أميت مهتا. هو شيء جميل إنها تبقى في إيد القاضي أميت مهتا إنه يقدر يديكوا كلاس أكشن، ولكن لننتظر ونرى ماذا سيفعل القاضي أميت مهتا بذلك. I think this is from Moscow. I think.
Okay.
Oh, no,
well,
that's an Arabic name written in this way.
Well, it's not necessary to figure out where the question comes from. Let's look at the question. What would you advise to do? Good luck with 27,000 without DQ to get a visa. Okay, I hope that you've submitted your documents. I mean, this is a very individual question. And
we
my
don't
answer,
know which is he talking about.
Right.
Some of 2022 are already in and asking. So please, everybody, when you talk, tell us what location, AS, and the year number. Yes, sir.
Well, wait, I can give advice here. If you're a good luck plaintiff with that has not been documentarily confirmed yet, and you submitted your documents more than 2 months ago, KCC doesn't like this, but I recommend that you resubmit your documents and pay extra close attention to make sure that you're following the instructions 100%. That means putting your case number in the subject line correctly with the leading zeros. That means naming all of your documents correctly, not naming them approximately or the right way. Do it exactly what it says in the instructions. I don't think that there can be any harm to submitting your documents more than once. I heard from a plaintiff the other day that said that finally, after the 6th time of submitting my documents, they accepted them. I don't know what's wrong at KCC, but I'm okay if you submit your documents more than once.
طيب الرد هنا للأستاذ بهاء. احنا هنفترض ان انت من المدعين ورقمك 27,000. المحامي كيرتس موريسون بينصح حضراتكم لو كنتم ممن لم تصلهم حتى الآن وعايزين يبعتوا مرة أخرى الوثائق، مفيش مشكلة، لكن pay close attention. كن حريصا أكثر في إنك تتبع التعليمات بدقة، بمنتهى الدقة. تكتب فوق الرقم بتاعك بالليدنج زيروز 2021 AF AS EU whatever، والزيرو زيرو لازم تكتب الأصفار ولازم تكتب رقمك. اتبع التعليمات بحذافيرها وإن شاء الله هيحصل خير. Here when you expect the KCC will determine to the good look. Okay.
When you expect that the KCC will determine the good luck plaintiffs? Okay. Good luck versus Biden is a lawsuit. We brought that lawsuit in a court. We didn't bring that lawsuit in KCC. So what we're waiting for is not a decision from KCC. We're waiting on a decision from Judge Mehta in the court. Okay. The judge's decision will tell the State Department what to do, and KCC is part of the State Department, and then KCC will need to do it. I'm not going to say what that will be before it happens. I do not have a crystal ball. I cannot predict the future. Anything you want to change?
للسيد محمد طلحة، انت بتتكلم على KCC. احنا لم نتقدم بدعوة لKCC، احنا تقدمنا بدعوة للقاضي أميت مهتا في محكمة فيدرالية أمريكية، ليس لKCC and determine أو not determine، ولكن للقاضي أميت مهتا، والرد سيكون من القاضي أميت مهتا إن شاء الله. Here's another question.
Good luck. I sent the documents already 3 times now. Is it possible to go through an interview before the end of fiscal year? It's possible.
ممكن.
The answer to the question, is it possible? It's possible.
الرد على السؤال، أنا رقمي أنا من CN case number 32,000. هل ليا فرصة؟ هل معقول؟ أيوة معقول. Sari Saidi, there are files that have not yet been processed in 2021. What?
Yeah, most of them, Sad. This isn't just an isolated incident with a few people. Most of the DV 2021 submitted documents have not been processed because state only has 5 contractors processing them. We actually know their names. They're LDRM contractors, right? They're Tammy and Sonny, and yes. I don't know. It's not like they have an army of people working on these files, okay? I just want you to know you're not alone, and that's why we have the lawsuit. Okay, so let me get to your question now. What is their fate? What is their fate depends on what the order says. The order the order can give relief to just named plaintiffs, or the order, especially if he certifies the class in Rosales, can give relief to all DV 2021 selectees. It's up to Judge Mehta what he wants to do in his order.
Okay, can we take one more question?
Yeah, sure.
This is about Rosales. Let's see what.
Good.
محمد عماد الدين. محمد عماد الدين بيسأل عن قضية روزاليس علشان الأولاني، القرار الأولاني كذا. What do you think about next order? ماذا تظن في قرار روزاليس؟
Mohamed, I would say that's an interesting point. It is the oldest case amongst the DV 2021 cases. The Go plaintiffs would say that their case is further along because it's at the motion for summary judgments phase. I think most importantly, it's not being the first order that matters. It's getting the visas, okay? So let's not focus on priority. Let's not focus on do we get the order before they get the order, or make it competitive amongst each other. What we're trying to do is get visas issued.
للأستاذ محمد اللي بيسأل عن قضية روزاليس، ما توقعات المحامي كيؤتيس موريسون للقرار الثاني في قضية روزاليس؟ قال له خلينا ما نشغلش نفسنا بمين هياخد الأولوية عن مين، خلينا الأول نشغل نفسنا بانتظار وماهية القرار من القاضي، وهل ستكون كلاس أكشن أم لا كلاس أكشن، هل سيكون للمدعين أولوية أم لا. دعنا ننتظر قرار القاضي. Meta. What will happen? Fiscal year ended and still haven't received anything from KCC.
That depends on whether or not there is a order. Okay, if we don't get an order in the lawsuit, that means it's over. But we will get an order. I mean, Judge Mehta is not going to just forget about this case, especially after the great order that he did for DV 2020. I say the great order. Judge Mehta issued 5 positive orders. Let me see. He issued one on September 4th, one on September 14th, one on September 30th, one on February 24th, 22nd, and one on Monday. 5. Judge Mehta issued 5 preliminary injunctive relief orders for, for preliminary injunctive, 5 is summary judgment, 5 positive orders for DV 2020. So DV 2021, I think you can be very optimistic that he's going to do something for you. You can be hopeful for that before the end of the fiscal year. Okay.
بالنسبة لسؤال أختنا فاطمة ميا كوتشكور، واضح ان السؤال باللغه الانجليزيه، خليه انا باللغه العربيه. هي بتسال ماذا سيحدث لو ما اخذناش قرار قبل نهايه العام المالي 2021. المحامي قال لها ما تنسيش ان في قضيه 2020 جوميز والقضايا الكونسوليديتد اخذنا 5 قرارات وعدد الايام من اغسطس وسبتمبر، وال5 قرارات واحنا لسه واخدين قرار قريب. فبنأمل ان احنا ناخد قرار ان شاء الله قبل نهاية السنة المالية ولنحتفظ بالأمل. This is from Jordan Mind. From Jordan. بيقول yes, this is for you. I read it in Arabic for them. He did not receive his DQ and he wants to switch to Doha. الأخ عايز يغير للدوحة. بيسأل ازاي اغير للدوحة وانا DQ 29 من الأردن.
You just email KCC with one sentence that says, I would like to change my interview location from Amman to Qatar, to Doha. And that's it. And if you, wait.
He's not DQ yet.
And attach your residency certificate or something that proves that you live in Doha or that you are in Doha. And that way they won't question it. Do not tell a story. Do not write them 4,000 words. Just write an email to KCC, not the submit document email, but the KCC email, and just say, this is my name, my case number, my date of birth. Please move my embassy from this embassy to that embassy because I now reside in Qatar.
Doha.
And attach proof. Yeah.
Yeah. الأستاذ محمد عايزين نقول لحضرتك اللي بينصحك بيه المحامي كيرتس موريسون، أنت في الدوحة، رقمك كذا، أنت لم يصلك DQ بعد. إذن الموضوع بينك وبين KCC. لو سمحت ارسل إيميل إلى KCC، لا تشرح لهم قصة حياتك، لا تشرح لهم معاناتك، فقط اكتب الكيس نمبر واسمك وتاريخ ميلادك. تمام. تحرك دقة ثم الدقة ثم الدقة، وارسل لهم بما يفيد الريزيدنس، بما يفيد بإقامتك في الدوحة وعنوانك في الدوحة. كن دقيقا معهم ومختصرا جدا، فإن شاء الله هيحصل اللي انت عايزه. This is a question here. I think you
Mohammed,
see that.
Yes, I am opening a case for people who are in the F2A category. That means spouses and children that were petitioned by a green card holder for countries that were formerly part of the Muslim ban, which includes Iran, Syria, Yemen. Was Sudan the Muslim ban or the Africa ban?
No, Sudan has the Muslim ban too. They had the terror ban and the Muslim ban because they were considered the country is so and so, and then the Muslim ban came and put more on their side.
Well, anyway, yes, the answer is if you're F2A, go to my website right now, and there's a place to sign up an interest form for that, and we will let you know as we start to prepare that case.
يبقى الجواب للأستاذ محمد المحمد وهو سوري، بيقول أنا سمعت إنك هتعمل قضية جديدة اللي من سوريا. فالمحامي كيرتس موريسون بيقول هتلاقيها على الويب سايت بتاع كيرتس موريسون، وسهل جدا انك توصل لها. القضية للF2A للناس اللي كان ليها لم شمل أو قضية أسرة أو معاملة أسرة ولم يحصلوا على التأشيرات بسبب المسلم بان، إذا كان من سوريا أو من العراق أو من أي دولة تعرضت. Any country was under the Muslim ban, F2A. لو سمحت تقدر تكلم الويب سايت على الويب سايت بتاع كيرتس موريسون.
I'm ready to call it a day. If you are, I have to get on another call.
Yeah, that's 1 hour 14 minutes, 1 hour 15 minutes. بنشكر السيد كيرتس موريسون على مجهوداته ومتابعته لقضاياكم جميعا. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. It was
you.
Great as always. I appreciate the opportunity.
Should they drink water?
Actually, I'm drinking Coca-Cola today, but just drink something and breathe air. Okay.
يتمنى لكم الخير. Thank you very much. Have a great night.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. كان هذا لقاءنا مع المحامي كيرتس موريسون. أرجو أن حضراتكم تكونوا عرفتوا معظم اللي كنتوا عايزين تعرفوه. أخذ في أسئلة كتيرة، بنعتذر للي ما قدرناش ناخد أسئلتهم. أنا متابع مع حضراتكم وإحنا متابعين مع حضراتكم، مكملين 2020 2021 2022 كمان 2022. اتقالت كلمة مهمة وأنا كنت بس مشغول بعمل بلوك لواحد دخل يشتم قد 18-19 مليون مرة، والكارهين والحقدة موجودين، فما فيش مشكلة. أنا متشكر لحضراتكم. 2022 هقول لك دلوقتي كويس. ادي احمد رضوان اهو اخد باله. احمد رضوان، ما قاله المحامي كيرتس موريسون عن 2022 انه يرى انكم ستتاثرون ايضا ب 2022 وبقوه بسبب التيرز، بسبب الاولويات التي يضعها الرئيس بايدن وحكومته ونظامه على أولويات التأشيرات ومنح التأشيرات. أخذنا بالنا كلنا إن الكلام بيبقى معقد جدا، إزاي يدي التأشيرات لناس على أساس العائلة وعلى أساس العمل، وفي نفس الوقت في ناس محدد لهم بداية ونهاية، بداية 1/10 ونهاية بعد 365 يوم. المحامي كيرتس موريسون يرى أنكم على الأقل لازم يتلغي نظام الأولويات وتعاملوا بالمثل إن لم تكونوا على أولى الأولويات، نسبة لأن رقمكم 55,000 فقط وعددكم 55,000 فقط، وكمان أنتوا الوحيدين اللي ليكوا بداية ونهاية، أما الباقي لا بداية ولا نهاية لهم ووقتهم مفتوح. المحامي يرى أن 2022 طول ما في قانون الأولويات فأنتم في خطر. أنا متشكر لحضراتكم. تابعونا على صفحتنا وعلى اليوتيوب عندنا، وعلى صفحتي الهجرة لأمريكا. أرجو من حضراتكم أنكم تحذروا الحذر، كل الحذر من جروب أو من يدعون عن نفسهم أنهم اتحاد جروبات الهجرة لأمريكا. ناس فاسدة أكبرهم هو رئيسهم. احذروهم احذروهم احذروهم. أثبتنا لحضراتكم أنه تايبو وليس زيادة 800. احذروا خسيس نيوجيرسي الأوحد أيمن. احذروا الأشول الفيومي. قلت اسمك أهو في وسط مثلا حاجة بتاع 20,000 واحد. افرح يا عم، بقيت مهم. أنا متشكر لحضراتكم وبنتابع معاكم. حاولنا نجيب لكم أكبر المحامين على الإطلاق، أكبر محامي بأكبر قضية على الإطلاق في تاريخ جمهورية أمريكا العالمية. كان معاكم النهاردة المحامي القدير الكبير صاحب أكبر قضية في تاريخ أمريكا ب11,000 مدعي و24,000 مستفيد. كان معكم أخوكم ساهر عطية من ورا الشباك بتاع مش عارف إيه. أراكم غدا إن شاء الله في موعدنا، مكملين معاكم إن شاء الله. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.